let's do that. And then another thing that I wanted to talk about that is really very little talked about is our body cycle. I'm going to explain. Okay? Our body, through digestion, which actually costs us the most energy, our digestion takes away about over half of our energy. Okay, just digestion alone. It's unbelievable, right? You're thinking, what you put in your body and all the energy and everything else is gonna go into all these activities. It's not. We feed in our digestive system first, and because it's right there, it's gonna take it, right? It's right there.
Yeah.
So there is no questions about, oh, can I please do this first and then I'll feed you? No. So your digestion takes away, more than half of your energy. Okay, and that is given if you actually feed yourself, nutrition yourself right. If you don't do that right, it's costing you much more energy than what you actually gaining. So it may be really huge energy drainer for us. And it's even more when we don't know anything about how our body works. Our body actually goes through our 24 time period every day, goes through 3 main cycles of time, which are usually around 8 hours. Okay. And that's important to know, because if you can work a little bit around those natural cycles, you're going to help your body to actually preserve some of that energy. And imagine if you're preserving just maybe 10% of that half that's spent there, it's a huge amount. Okay? So by making really simple adjustments, you can really feel so much better just by understanding and just working with the nature, because that's what we've been given. We've been given this body that actually works through this cycle. That's how we've been born. So it's pretty simple to just work with it. If you do have a phone and you want to take a picture, you are more than welcome to do that. So what happens, I'm going to start early morning. So at 4 a.m., there is a cycle that starts, it's called elimination. And that is when our body deals with all the toxins, because it already had the time to digest the food that we ate during the day. Okay, we are laying in bed and sleeping, hopefully at 4 a.m. Somebody may not be, but most of us would be. So the body goes through elimination time for 8 hours between 4 a.m. and 12. Of course, there is still a little bit of digestion, a little bit of this and that, but that's kind of the main cycle that the body needs to focus during the time. And that's why most people actually feel like they go to bathroom in the morning. That's why we need more water to actually flush out our body. And that is one of the reasons why when we wake up, especially when we wake up early in the morning and we've got heavy breakfast, we actually stop that. So we are cutting. Imagine if you wake up at 6 a.m., so you only had 2 hours of that elimination, because you cut it right here because you have a heavy breakfast. And the body now has to kind of switch the gears from what it's supposed to be doing naturally and start digesting something that's really heavy. That is going to cost us so much more energy than it should, if we allowed our body a little bit longer for this. So during this cycle, during those 8 hours, between 4 a.m. and noon, we need lots of water. And why do we need that? Because that's what helps our body to flush out, eliminate, and also flush out those toxins. Because if we have toxins that are staying in our body longer than they need to, especially if you're living with chronic pain, chronic illness, you're going to feel more pain for no reason. So no more injury, no more harm to our body, nothing like that. Because our nervous system is more kind of exposed, it's more sensitive than the one of healthy people. So we react to chemicals, we react to toxins that are in our body. Okay? So if we just allow our body to flush it out, we will be doing ourselves a huge favor.
Yeah.
Okay? So we do need water during the time. And if you can eat light, the easiest thing to digest, really are fruits, veggies, you're adding fiber, so once again you're helping with the system. Okay? So just be careful, if you like your cup of tea or something, just allow your body, if you can just even prolong it by an extra hour or 2, you're really gonna be feeling so much better. Noon and 8 p.m. is the phase, it's called appropriation, I don't know why, but that is the time when we actually need our food. And our body is fired up in actually digesting. So this is perfect time when we are ready to eat. And people who actually skip lunches and who push ourselves to actually eat really late into the evening and everything, once again, they're doing lots of damage to themselves, because the body has to do something, it has to wait. Like all the digestion is kind of just waiting, it's ready. Right? So we've got all this army ready for the food and ready to be at the best time to actually digest it and send that fuel, that energy to our body, and it's not coming. Okay? So once again, we're fighting ourselves on something that's just against the nature. And then the last phase between 8 p.m. and 4 a.m., we go through assimilation, which is really set up to rest. And this is the period that is especially important for people who go through chronic conditions, because that's the time when our body goes through that self-healing, right? When we actually resting, when we're repairing our tissues, when our cells get kind of changed and renewed and all these kind of things. So people who really miss out, especially on that kind of 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. sleep period, are really having so much harder time to go through that restoration, that self-healing, and really helping your body to do what it's supposed to do and what it could do for you, just because they ignore it. I know people who go to bed at 3 a.m., but then they are skipping this whole thing. And honestly, lots of that good energy is getting wasted. The question is, are they shorter in their life? Are they setting themselves up for something in the future that's going to happen? Who knows? But they're definitely not working with the nature. And for people who are already dealing with the chronic condition and they need any little bit of healing that could happen in our body, that's the time when it actually happens. So that's just really important to understand that.